I mean, why will you shake when you're speaking the truth? And Dr. Norris was seated there. Because it was his biggest headache. That's the rent. I said, how will you rent a place like that to government? In the first place, you, Dr. Norris, you knew and you know very well that you could have acquired a land and you could have gotten, if even it's the same President Kufuor. He introduced himself to me as the nephew of President Kufuor. So I didn't make that thing up. And I'm not alleged. And as a matter of fact, when he was doing it, he doesn't know it. let me just pause on that aspect. Okay, but you see, when he said that he's the nephew of President Kufuor, and then when they heard it was me, he hit his head and said, and I'm quoting him, Jesus Christ, why you? So I asked him, why me? What have I done? And he said, now let's talk about the rent. I said, look, I don't like it. This is a rip-off. Because as we speak, there's an office by the main road, a more prime area, bigger than this place. Even now that things should be expensive. It's $6,500 a month. And if I were to negotiate that I want to rent whilst I look for a place, I'm not going to pay them more than 3 months. I'll not do that. I will negotiate. I'll let you understand that this is government, this is our situation, and they will understand you. In fact, I attempted it, and they understood. You understand me? So now he decided, then they said, okay, if I could stay here for 1 year. So I said, no, it will not work. It will not work. Because you cannot rob government and you want me to be part and parcel of it.
So what's your plan now? Are you moving out?
Oh, we are moving out. Oh. We are already out. We are moving out. I gave them out to end of next month. We are moving out of this place. So let me go there. So President Kufuor now came another day with the then administrator. In fact, I told him, I told President Kufuor that, look, I don't want to even have discussions with you. My beef is with the politician, not you. But he came back one day. He was holding a magazine. He asked the administrator to step out. We went into this back and forth, and I told him, no, we're not going to stay here. I didn't want to be part of these negotiations. Because I said, look, if tomorrow something comes up, then I have to be biting my tongue, trying to find some fake words to replace it. And I don't like that. Right. As he was leaving, if you come to my office in Jawulu, we have the sofa at one corner, then the table is just right by the door. So he left a white envelope on top of my table. When I sat and I opened, it had $10,000. It tied with a rubber band. I called him. In fact, I stepped out. I called one of the guys. I said, chase that man. They said the administrator. I said, no. My security is here. I called him. I said, no, chase him. No, not the administrator, the one who came with him. So he came back. Then when he came, I was seated by my desk. So now he sat on it. I asked, you left an envelope on my table. What was it for? These were his words. And me, I've said this over and over. There's only one thing I fear, the wrath of God. I fear God. Maybe you sitting here, I can slap you, but I'm afraid. You understand me? I can do things corner. You understand me? But actually, I'm afraid. Right. You see, so you should have certain kind of principle as a human being. You see, you should love Ghana enough, love what you are given enough to say that, look, I want to do it right. When I do that, the reward will come. I should not now suppress you, cheat you, rob you. So it doesn't make sense. Then he pulled his chair and said, I'm going to talk straight. Me, I'm a businessman. I'm not a politician. You see, we had to pay commissions. This is your commission. The reason why the figures went up, the reason why the years, they did what they had to do because a lot of commissions had to go. He kept mentioning some lady's name who was the link between him and MDF. I was not interested in listening to that name because I just said, okay, so this is my commission. He said, okay, thank you. Look, immediately he left. I called my workers. I said, look, they brought me $10,000 bribe. And so when he did that, then he said he's giving me this as a start, according to him, that he was going to give me 3%, which would total, he said $40,000 or whatever he said. But I'm sure that he got the signal after that, so he realized it was not going to fly with me. So this was part of it, because he had to go to whatever stories was told. So I went and I said, look, I have $10,000 in my hands, and this is the situation. So they all knew. After that, I called Remonacha. That time he was a little bit oral and a little bit yoko. I reported. I called National Security. I reported. And I said, I'm keeping the money as receipt for commission. So anytime the lawyer who was the secretary to the then board, the one who drafted the agreement and everything, I made him a linger. I made him to write and a letter to him that we're not interested, because you see, when he gave that money, he said he was pleading with me for us to stay here about a year minimum, so that you'll be able to now gather monies and then refund. The fact that he put money on my table and requested for that, if even I was going to do it, you understand? Based on principle.
You felt disrespected.
It's not, look, it's not me. He's disrespecting the system. He's disrespecting the communities that we represent. He's disrespecting government. He's disrespecting everything that human beings stand for.
But there are two issues that you face now. First off, are you mindful of the legal implications of the decision you're taking to move out?
Can I ask a question? When does the thief get the right to say something? This is government. This is state. So you give me something that has no value for money, you rip us off, and then you put some funny words on paper to tie the hands of the state. Trust me, I will stand up and stand in any day, any time.
But you know that's a possibility. He could take you on legally.
You could take who on legal? That I say he bribed me.
And that you are moving out.
Oh, then we've moved out. Why was he begging me? He told me, please, I'm sure that Yoko and those, they will put the auditors, forensic audit, everything to know the real value of this place. And who is the real owner of this place? This place belongs to government.